the students. Yeah, tell us, this Olodo Uprising, how are you seeing it? Are you enjoying it generally?
Okay. Thank you, sir, and I'm glad to be on here with you this afternoon. We'll relate the concept and how it has been in general in my little view. This concept is not just about an education system alone. It's the moral side of the society now.
The moral side of the society?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because if we look at the instance of how the society embraces now, initially before, students read more hard to pass examination standard. And even if you look at the level of JAM this era now, it's not as it is then. I won't blame the government on the part there because they are trying their own best to make sure the education system does not collapse and is still in line as it's supposed to be.
Right.
But if you look at the way society embraces education now, it's not as it is before. Everybody then struggle to make pass.
It's only education. What about hard work?
It's not education alone. Because then, let me land this out. Then, we believe that for you to be an literate, you have to have a good cut-off mark and be admitted in the standard university or polytechnic in the education system. But now, it's not. People don't like, let me just go to school. Let me just make the pass. Let me just be there. There's no, I'm there in the school, not to fit the standard of what it is expected to be. Come back to society today. Many people now, as students themselves, does not even have the skill of going to study, to that school to study. They only go there to just, let me just feel among, and let me just be connected, and let me just feel among the people who are in the education system. The moral standard I mean there, because if you talk about the word Olodo, Olodo is not just people who are educated.
Right.
You can still be educated and still be Olodo.
Okay.
Meaning that they said in the economic standard of a society, the capitalists lead the standard of the economic ways.
Okay.
But here now, people who are not even educated can still make that standard if they're intelligent of making themselves to be what they want to be. That is mindset. So Olodo cannot be someone that is not only in the education sector. It can be anybody in regard to only what you want to be and what you want to the standard you are setting for yourself.
Okay, but recently YC, the rapper,
yes,
started this controversy, and they were asking him, they were using different things to define him, you know, like money, the number of cars you have. Is this a healthy development for your generation generally?
Sir, if you look at the generation we are now, we're in the Gen Z era, and some people define value in the monetary aspect. Personally, there was a day I was in the hostel with one of my roommates. Someone told me the entire world, why do you like feeding every time? Why can't you just also feel among, make money, and no? Then I look at the person, I want to describe the gender or the whatever you just say. Okay. But the person was like, if you do this thing and you later pass, there is no work out there for you to just. What the rapper said there, because I check and I make my research about it, he's right in some regard that what the society embraces now is not in the aspect of the education. They only embrace fame over the competency. And now the society embraces what they see. And look at the story of the media. Competency, let's say no, consistency rather, is what they value. When they see you rapidly, they believe you have the value in you, not the people who have the real value, because value is what defines man to me, not just
okay, but defining value these days is about the number of likes, you know, number of clicks. And you see that if you post something intellectual, there will be fewer clicks.
Yes.
But if you post something immoral, something in an inanity, many people, millions will be able. So how can we change this as a youth yourself? What do you recommend, sir, that we can change?
In this regard, social media is the effect to the cause of this, because we look at the current era now. The media is the spearhead of the growth, right? Both academically, financially, morally, even in the aspect of growth of businesses. Because if you only work in the parts of the traditional media, you didn't embrace social media now, you can't go. And what we see online is what we consume. Though some theories in communication embrace consistency. For example, now cognitive theory said what you see is what goes in us. That is what is really happening now. what people see is what they are embracing.
So how can we change the narrative? How can we set good examples? What's your advice to government, to parents, to institutions? How can we change good examples? Optics will be better.
Yes, there is a say that said catch them young.
Right.
And if you look at the media now, the youth are people who embrace, who owns the setting of the media. That impact can only be made through the use of social media.
Okay.
And government can also regulate the use of it, because I know there's some society that the ways at which you use the social media is being regulated. I wouldn't like to mention of those countries.
You can mention them. UK has
Yes.
had that they should under 16s should not use with the social media. Australia too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for example now, there's under the theory system, some countries still embrace that setting. Like for example now, Korea now, there are some things you can import to the society.
Okay.
So those things, if they can also employ it in Nigeria, though we believe that there is freedom of expression, there's freedom of, but at least there should be some standard. Our moral value need to be embraced. Our culture need to still we need to look at the way at which we can cultivate the habit of the growth, not the other way around. Because value needs to be shaping in every individual, and that starts from the primary level, go to the secondary and university level.
So let's look at the primary level, the homes. What can parents do at homes now to set good examples for you?
Okay, in the primary level, let's use for example TikTok. Some copper, I won't say what they're doing is not good, it's okay, and it's encouraging. At least learning does not always be through hard way.
Right.
You can also embrace some little ways to cultivate the habit of incorporating fun and flexible learning. Because children, for them to learn, you have to also look at the way in which they can be happy. Through their happiness, that is when, that is when they can. But open their mindset to the side of the opposite side, which is, for example, now, I saw something yesterday on TikTok. There's a teacher, rather, a primary school teacher. I don't know if it's a copper or an employed teacher. That lady was playing a song that was corruptive. And those children beside her are just small children. I was like, what is she trying to impose to this? That type of video supposed to be taken down, and the person supposed to be disciplined for that action, because it's not encouraging. Looking at that now, and if those children there start to embrace that now, they won't know that that's come from where the learning environment, not from the home itself.
That is a very good point. So what's your advice to our creatives, in terms of the content, musical content, video content and everything? Because this has a way of driving the Olodo Uprising thing.
Yes. In the aspect of the creative section, or let's say their field and the world, they are trying their best to impact in their own way. Because now, for you to grow your media handle, they said post everything you do. Those people who are on that setting of that Olodo Uprising, they're also doing their own part to also grow.
Okay.
But the real set of it is that if we can embrace the writing and encourage people who are doing the writing, because for what the previous guest said earlier, a graduate who graduated with a first class in today's economy now does not have the chance of having 1.5 million per salary. And that happened to one of my friends recently. We talk, and the person was telling me, Taiwo, some of my friends that even come up with lower and listening, they have been employed. He that has this good grade is still seeking job out there.
Okay, so, thank you very much. Because of time, we need to get the perspective of a parent before we go.
Okay,
thank you very much, Taiwo.
I really appreciate it, sir.
Thank you. We go on a break now. Please stay with us. welcome back. As we begin to coast home, we have a parent, Mrs. Yabode Oniide. Ma, we've been talking about the Olodo Uprising. As a parent, what do you think we can do? What guardrails can we put up so that we can, you know, have ennobling things for our young ones?
Thank you very much. This Olodo Uprising, when I first heard it, I was a bit taken aback that what is really happening. May we not go back to Stone Age? Because if that one should happen like that, then that means that a lot of people will not concentrate in their education. Parents invest so much in our education, even from our own stage. Before us, they invested so much on us. So if you want, a lot of parents that were illiterate at that time will tell you that they would prefer their children to go to school. That what is happening to them, they don't want it to happen to their children. And we saw that many of them strove so much to make their children to go to school. So now as a parent, I don't want my child to be so much glued on this internet of the thing, because that will not make the person to have progress. I need my children to have progress. I need them to be well educated. I need them to be professionals.
But these days we have Yahoo mothers, Association of Yahoo mothers.
Must we be Yahoo mothers? What exactly is that one going to bring to our life? What value will that add to our lives? If you are a Yahoo mother and you are celebrating it, what is in Yahoo? What exactly is Yahoo? What's the definition of Yahoo? Somebody needs to ask that question, that what exactly is this thing? Why are they doing it? Why are our children going into this? I know the job for now, we may not have many of them having a white-collar job. But despite that, they should be able to do something for themselves. There are many of them outside there that are doing businesses, and they are doing legitimate business.
Okay, a former president described our youth as lazy. Will you classify them as lazy?
No, because there are some that are not lazy. And those that are not lazy, I think I want in every aspect to encourage them. They do their business, their packaging is nice, and they make everything neat and beautiful. So when you see that, you want to encourage them, buy their products, help them, advise them. Even if it is financially, you try to sponsor some of them. From there it will boost their business, and from that stage they make something good for their life.
One thing that we used to do in the past is to extol the virtues of education.
Yes.
They say, is it that these days we're not teaching things like that? Is that part of the reason why we have the Olodo Uprising?
I am going to give you an example. I was telling somebody inside the car, I said I saw a family whose child is from secondary school. They've been sponsoring him for mathematics. That boy now is in Germany doing his PhD. The father is not the one that sponsored him. Since he went to African Church Grammar School. Okay. And from that place, he's been moving up.
Okay, time is really not our friend. So finally now, what's your advice to government? What's your advice to parents generally, so that we can arrest this Olodo Uprising thing?
Well, our government is really trying. I had free primary education. I think the primary education should still be free. Okay. And our parents should please, whenever they need to put something down for their children's education, they should do it. Because knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Whoever does not have knowledge will not have that power that we are talking about. So every of our children should look up to those that are up there doing well.
Okay, knowledge is power and education is light. Let us, in our own way, encourage education. That's the package for today. We'd like to thank you, Ma, for coming on the program. Thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you, sir.
That's the package. Let the conversation continue. Let us do everything to extol the virtues of education and hard work, because hard work pays. On that note, on behalf of the PR Primus team headed by Aki Okudero, I'd like to say, this is Jari Folarin saying bye for now.